Hello, everybody. This is Jerry Mateo with the Dot. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're taking a look at Phenyx Pro's PME-20. This is their hybrid dual driver in-ear monitor earphones. I'm wearing them right now. They are extremely comfortable, and this is their newest addition to their earbuds section that they have. If you know anything about Phenyx Pro, when you buy their IEMs, they come with the PME-1. This is a very cheap $13 in-ear. It sounds okay. It sounds like a very cheap in-ear, whereas the PME-20 is completely different. Let's start off by just unboxing this thing. So first off, this box looks very nice. It's very, very premium. You can see on the back, it has all the information as far as the ohmage, all the power requirements, and everything on these earbuds, as well as on the side, it has a little bit of pictures and stuff like that. But opening it up, we have a very nice and detailed manual, which is really impressive for a $60 earbud. Now, this also comes with your earbuds, obviously, and you'll see that they come pre-set up with ear tips. Now, this will come with the silicone ear tips, but it also gives you 3 sizes of silicone and those foam cell ear tips. The foam cell ear tips will give you a little bit more of a bass response from what I've noticed, and they're going to be a little bit more comfortable, but I personally like the fit and form factor of the silicone ones. Now, this comes with a very nice braided cable, and you can see that it actually has a 2-point connector. This isn't a single point circular connector. This is a 2-point, and it fits very well. Now, the earbuds themselves look absolutely fantastic. They look very cool, very sleek, and I like that machined brushed aluminum look. Now, this also comes with a 1/4-inch adapter for your 3.5 to 1/4-inch, and it has a very nice quality case. This is a round circular case, and it holds everything very well, very easily. And to be honest, I've taken this on a couple of shows already, and this case has done a great job at protecting my IEMs. Now, for $59, $60, are you getting the best earbuds in the world? I'm going to be honest with you, definitely not. These are definitely punching way above their weight class in the price range, and they are kind of hitting that prosumer middle market kind of clientele. Are these better than the stock earbuds that you get if you buy a Phenyx Pro IEM pack? Significantly better. And one thing that I liked is that they're actually fairly balanced, but they're very, very focused on the mid-range frequencies. And I don't mean that as in it has a giant honking mid-range. The vocal is very, very detailed, but it never sounds harsh, which is really, really good, especially for a musician. Singers tend to really, really need to be able to hear themselves. And this is a great earbud for being able to do that. The high frequencies I notice are pretty detailed, but they're not as crisp, I would say, as some more high-end systems. But that's actually a very good thing because these are very well isolated. As long as you have the proper earbud fit, you really do get some nice isolation, and the dual driver gives it a nice punch. I won't say that this has the most low end in any in-ear monitor that I've ever used, but it does have a very decent sounding punch to it. And I think that is because of the dual driver system. They definitely must have maybe a bass driver dedicating itself to adding that punchiness. And it even says it in the features that it has a punchy, impactful low end. And I actually prefer a punchy, detailed low end over a very boomy low end. If you do live sound for a living, having something that just sounds like a big rumbling room doesn't tell you anything if you can't hear the way that it's supposed to impact your ears. Now, are these earbuds for mixing? I'm going to say no. These are definitely performance earbuds. These are for the musician. The sound profile, like I said, is definitely very colored. I hear vocals on almost every style of track, very, very detailed, but never harsh and never in the way. It never makes anything sound muddy, but it's definitely been tuned to kind of really gently accent and really like complement the vocal frequencies. I definitely hear the bass. I definitely hear the punch on the kick drum, which is very good. And I can hear the high end very well, but I'm never getting this like super hi-fi sound. I'm more getting like a very high quality dynamic driver. And just the fact that it's only $60 is already way better than the stock Sennheiser units, or if you buy a PSM 900 unit, or even the Audio Technicas. I have some Audio Technica IAMs. They're very nice. They're basically the next thing next to PSM 900s, and they have really good earbuds. But these are definitely a little bit better. For this price, you're basically having this neck and neck battle where these seem to have a very nice form factor. They're extremely comfortable and they do a great job of letting you hear everything that you need without ever sounding harsh, which is really, really the most important thing in a live sound environment when you are a performer. For an audio engineer like myself, I tend to go for more neutral sounding earbuds, and that's just because I go for something that's designed for mixing. But these are very good, especially considering that they're only 60 bucks and the dual driver system definitely works very well. I don't hear any phasing issues that you can hear in some of the cheaper dual driver or multi driver earbuds. And I also don't get that weird rattling or that weird kind of echo when you bump in your earbuds. There are some of those bone conductive earbuds that sound phenomenal. They have this amazing bass because it rattles on the side of your ear. But whenever you touch those, you literally hear like this ringing through your skull. And that's actually a reason why I didn't do a video on an earbud that I really, really liked. They were bone conductive. They sounded really good, but every time I moved, I heard so much microphonics from the cable that it would cause this rattling. These earbuds, nothing. If I pull this hard, obviously I'm feeling it on the tension, but moving this cable around, I don't hear that at all, which is also a very good thing for an earbud designed for the musician. Now, I've also used this on a live event very recently, and I'm going to be using this on the 4th of July because I have a bunch of events coming up, and 4th of July is a huge one. We have a multi-day event. These are going to be used. I'm going to test them out and see how they work. I'm going to also do a deep cleaning because one of the artists definitely wants to check them out, and another artist that's going to be there also has his pair. We've already discussed this. So we're going to compare and contrast our responses to how they work because they just bought them. I just got these, and we're just going to see how they work out. But for the live event that I did, it was a really interesting thing. It was designed to just be a very simple one microphone wedding. We were using QSC KLAs and QSC K12.2s and 4 181s QSC subs. It was a very simple mid-budget event, and they had a side stage behind the speakers next to the DJ. We had a band show up last second, and because we had an analog console, I ended up having to use my MacBook Air, an M2 MacBook Air, to mix the entire band via Dante, going Dante out of the ULXs and then Dante in from my Dante interface for their instruments, mixing the whole thing. And I did the whole thing on these earbuds, and it sounded phenomenal. I walked out on stage to the dance floor, to the side stage. And after doing that mild tweaking that you have to do for those outputs, because K12.2s sound pretty decent, but they have a tone to them. KLAs honestly sound really bad. So you have to do a lot to fix them. After doing the room correction or the speaker in the room correction, I was able to mix through these and everybody loved it. People were talking about how great it was, how awesome it was. And I told them I'm using some $60 earbuds and I'm using a MacBook Air to mix the entire show. So far, I have gotten some pretty good use out of it. The artists that I work with like them. And like I said, 4th of July, we are going to be doing a big event, huge event where we're going to have, I believe it's going to be 10 IEMs. And we're going to just see how they like them. I really like Phenyx Pro. I use their PTAU2s. I use 2 of their units actually, so I have 4 total handhelds on professional events constantly. I use their PTM10. I have 1 of those, and then I also have their antenna combiner and their antenna distro. So I have their distro and combiners for both IEMs and for handheld microphones, and they are phenomenal. We have used them on giant gala events where we have literally thousands of people. We're running the whole thing on an Axient system, and then we just connected everything to the combiner, and it worked flawlessly. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know. Leave comments down below. I will have a link down below. It's not an affiliate link, but it is a tracking link. So if you use that link, it tells Phenyx Pro that, hey, Jerry sent you. And I will have a coupon code down below and a coupon code on the screen somewhere. It's just Jerry Mateo. And you can use that to get 5% off, sometimes 7% off, depending on what time of year. But if you do want to check out anything from Phenyx Pro's website, buy anything from them, you can use that code and it will cost you nothing extra. You get 5% off and I get like a 1% kickback. Now, I'm going to give you some recommendations. I really like the PME-20s. These are fantastic and phenomenal. If you're going to go for some wireless IEMs, I really recommend the PTM-10s. They are a lot better than using the rack version, the full rack version, because the PTM-10s actually have the full frequency band that the rack version has, and the rack version splits it up into 4. This means that you're going to be able to use every single frequency available on that unit, whereas using the 4 module version, you'll have that frequency set into quarters. So its cost almost exactly the same. I would say just get 4 of those or 2 of those, and then get the dual belt packs. You can run the whole thing in dual mono. The next thing is their antenna combiners. I absolutely love their antenna combiners. These things are used in pro systems that I operate all the time. We're going to be using them on 4th of July. 227X is amazing. The PAS225X is fantastic. I use them daily. And I'm not talking about just with me. I use them with about 7 companies that I work with. Anyway, those are my recommendations. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time. We have a lot of stuff going on, and we are going to be doing a lot more videos on the Behringer Wing series. It just takes a really long time to edit the like 4 hours worth of content when I am spending most of my month working events and then spending time with my kids. Anyway, I'm Jerry Mateo within the DA. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, and yeah, tell me what you guys think.